I'm very much looking forward to all the milkshakes I can drink for the next 25 years or so, yeah.
We're going to 299.
G'day, Daniel Day-Lewis.
292.
Michael Sidney O'Neill from the Kyle and Jackie O Show. How are you? Firstly, congratulations. Well done, mate.
Thanks.
Now, you've done a range of things over the years, and we see you as a fairly serious bloke in Australia. What do you do for a laugh? How do you have fun? How do you unwind after inhabiting all these characters?
Well, the great thing is that I don't have to talk about that. I can just do it.
So do you hang
I'm not telling you.
Oh, why not? I need a few tips.
Because it's none of your fucking business, that's why.
You're an Irish boy, I'm Australian, Michael O'Neill. Let's share a few secrets.
Yeah.
We're going to go back to 292.
Thanks, Sam.
Hi, Daniel. Right over here. Can you talk a little bit about what goes into your thought process in selecting a role? I know that you've been offered some other commercial roles in the past that you've turned down. Do you think that's something that you'll continue to do now, or how is that with you now?
Well, in a way, there is no thought process. I suppose the easiest way to answer that if you're thinking, you're already, in some way, you're already outside of it, and therefore you can admire it from a distance, and you could imagine somebody else doing it, or imagine, that you would like to see that thing done. But when it happens that you're drawn, in spite of yourself, into the orbit of another world, there is no thinking. And that's, I suppose, it's true that sometimes you try and kid yourself, like maybe, if we could change this, and perhaps I could find my way into that, but you're already gone. You can't be a part of that thing that needs thought. You can only be part of that thing that needs no thought at all, I think.
302 and then 61.
Daniel over here. I'm going to go back to the milkshake theme. Are you aware of just how much this has grown, this phrase, how the internet is full of websites that do parodies of that scene, and how Saturday Night Live just the last night did an hysterical parody of you and your son in the movie? Are you aware of this?
I am completely aware of it, yeah.
What do you think of this?
I think it's fantastic. No, I think it's fantastic. Yeah, it's. If people absorb something that you've done for whatever your reasons are, it's not relevant. But that gets absorbed into the culture in such a way that people make something else. Somebody can make something else out of it. That's delightful to me, I think. And I come from a culture, two cultures, England and Ireland, where there's a long tradition. In fact, it's an art form. We call it slagging in Ireland, taking the piss in England. But, if you can offer up something that people can slag you for, they're always grateful for that.
We're going to 61 and then 236.
Right in front of you on your right.
Hello.
Today with Access Hollywood.
Hi.
So you did something right after you won. I don't know if you remember. You kissed George Clooney. Can you tell me what inspired that and how was that?
George Hillary Clooney. Because George has been there for me. Because George is, well, apart from anything else, he was the nearest fellow nominee. And I have to say, as I didn't say it at the time, that I was very proud to be included in that group of actors on this occasion. And in fact, I think there were quite a number of actors that weren't included in the nominations this year who gave wonderful performances, like Emile Hirsch and Ryan Gosling and Frank Langella, Benicio del Toro, who's always wonderful. So George, but also George is he's just so incredibly generous. And the last few weeks people have kind of mentioned things that George has been saying, and, about this whole circus that we're involved in, and I've always felt it was far more indicative of George's generosity as a man than it was of any, anything else, but it's just a great guy, really.
236 and then 179.
had to kiss someone. I mean, I kissed my wife, and you know, the interests of parity, I kissed George.
Right behind the camera. Right behind the camera, I'm sorry.
Hello.
Right back.
Hi.
Two of the big films this year, both your film and No Country for Old Men, were shot in the same town in Texas.
Yeah.
So how did that help inform your role and help inform your performance?
In absolutely no way whatsoever.
We're going to 1